we're back again for another episode on ECK20. We're just off to Euro Car Parts to grab a clutch slave cylinder for my Accord. But after that we're going to go down to a local paint shop, see if we can grab some filler. So today we can get grinding stuff back again and get some stuff filled. Yeah, we've never done it before, so it's going to be a bit of a steep learning curve, I'd imagine, but we'll give it a go and see how we get on. Look at that bum. Slave cylinder purchased. Hopefully my clutch should work now in the Accord. It's a bit kind of bitey at the moment, so I think this should hopefully sort it out.
And it stinks.
And it stinks of clutch as well. Just at the paint shop, C&C car paints in, where even is it? Charlwood?
Charlwood or Rusper.
We've got our bits and pieces. Got some self-etching primer for the block and some high temp silver to go on top of that. Some horses over there and some filler for when we start doing the bay today, hopefully. Dan's S14's developed a slight issue. Hey, quality.
Just like to point out that tools do fit in the boot, even with this shit thing in the back. So we've come to the local breakers to get a couple of bits for Rob. A couple of bits for ours as well, actually. We need a clutch master cylinder.
Yeah, that one. That's the one.
This is the one, apparently.
Ow. Found ourselves a clutch master cylinder.
I love how like considerate and careful people are when they I don't need that bit, so nobody else does either.
The video cut off last time before I managed to walk you around this, but towards the end of when we were here last, we were obviously everything's out of here. I don't know how, can't really remember how far I showed you, but everything's out of here. And today we're just going to start grinding back all of these bits that have been welded up. So we've had all these sorts of holes, so they kind of start out like that, if you can see that. And then once they've grinded back, they kind of look a little bit something like this. Can't really see it because it's got some surface rust on it, but I'll wear this while I'm doing some grinding and you'll get the idea of where we're going with it. And obviously you've seen the filler already, so we're going to get all these filled in once they're completely smooth. So we've got a couple over here as well, a couple more to get grinded back. We're just sort of wire wheeling it down. We've got all of the sort of primer for this as well, so we're going to prime it, give it a coat of high temperature silver, and hopefully get it looking a bit fresher than it is at the moment.
So as you've probably been able to guess by now, we're not actually professionals slash really any good at this.
Be careful, kids, this is what happens when you put an angle grinder too close to your hand. I think I might need a new glove. Wear your eye protection, wear your hand protection too. It was bound to happen at some point today.
Let's see if Rob's still got all his fingers. Still got all your fingers? Good stuff. Alright, I'll paint in my face. I think it makes me look like I've done something. I'm just prepping this up. Paint that black.
Black.
There's Adrian, by the way. He's letting us use his workshop. I don't know if you can tell just by looking at him, he's actually a raging homosexual. But we can put up with that. Can't we, Rob?
Alright guys.
The notorious low control arm rear bolt. See what they're like. See? It's 26-year-old Honda Civic. Oh, fucking hell. Ow. So I did know they were going to do that because we have actually had them out before, but honestly, it wasn't much more difficult the first time. I was really surprised myself. Don't ever bother doing it on a 100 cord. You will snap them because they're made of cheese. Don't know if you can see, but the general condition of the underside of this car is, to be honest, amazing considering its age. Apart from these rear arches, which we've obviously had done, if you see our build thread is on Civiclife, for those of you who don't know. So we've had them welded in some replacement panels. Yeah, they look pretty good from the outside, if I'm honest. Although I did smash one of them with a jack earlier on, so hopefully I haven't dented it. We actually just painted, well, Rob painted that with Milano red spray can from Halfords. We are going to get the exterior done, but at the moment we're sending this in for interior and engine bay painting. We'd get the exterior done as and when we can, I think. Make sure it's all running properly first. It's obviously quite a lot of money, so I have to say back up once we paid for the interior, I think. So we're just taking the rear trailing arms off so we can get a bit better access to the wheel well. Yeah. Fuck! Really light for standard trucks, actually. I should just push through, I think. Now that they're off, it literally is
Just a shell.
a shell. Oh, apart from the steering column race. Steering column thing, but Rob said he thought he could lift the car off the axle stands and should be good when we get the K20 in. Proper race car.
Proper race car, mate. I made a start on painting these bits and pieces as well. I painted the front suspension forks before, but I've just given them another quick coat while they're off, and also the subframe that we've had notched as well. So that's just had a quick coat of hammerite. It's not great, but the plan is to paint it with some cans after to get a slightly better finish on it. So previously we've put the polyurethane bushes in the front lower control arms, so I'll probably give those another coat of paint once they're off. Brake 1-inch master cylinder needs painting black, obviously, and all these bits and pieces here are just sort of miscellaneous pieces off the car. It needs a bit more grinding, but we're getting there. All of this is now sort of flat, ready for filler. All of this, all of the strut towers are as well. Needs a little bit more on the firewall. Whoa, fucking hell. Chill out, Geese.
And we're up. Got the hole saw out to play. Rob's just filing it back a bit now because it's pretty sharp, but that is where our shifter cables are going to come through now, hopefully, if they fit, because I don't really have another go at that. Let's get rid of that as well. The hole saw didn't actually just go through that when the drill bit went through it. When the drill bit went through it, just pulled it off, so we're just going to get rid of that now. I don't think we really need it. It's only adding weight, as they say.
Because race car?
Because race car.
I'm wrapping it up, apparently, according to Dan. We're cold, hungry, and just spilt oil everywhere. So I think it's time to call it a day. We have completely grinded back the engine bay to where it's sort of nearly, very, very nearly ready for primer. We've cut our holes for the shifter cables, and we have taken absolutely everything out of the interior. We've removed the rear trailing arms and the whole suspension setup. Yeah, we've done a couple of bits and pieces underneath. The subframe and the suspension forks are painted. I think we'll be back for some more fun tomorrow, so stay tuned. See you later. Bit dark down there, so I don't know if you can see it, but aim of today. So yesterday, I haven't got any footage, but yesterday we got the fuel rail and all the fuel lines plumbed in. I already had the